Morning. Hi everyone. Hi Ronnie. Morning Sue. Morning Diane. Hi Jackie. Hi Marie. Did your order come today? Some people got their orders yesterday and it took a day for second class, which is quite impressive. Yes, hi Wendy Delderfield. Get that, Marie, that's very formal. Nice for you to join us, Wendy. Hope you're well. Oh, you better call her Marie then. Oh, you guys are so funny. In case you're wondering, I do know Marie and I do know Wendy. Yeah, that's it. Very impressive. Good old Royal Mail. You know, it's weird, isn't it? Because sometimes it's still really slow. Because I know that one lady's still waiting for her new distress after like 7 days, but then I sent second class out on, because I only use second class now, on Wednesday, and yeah, next day. Pretty impressive. Good old Royal Mail. So you'd be playing with your fairy hugs along with me then, Marie. So you can see I've got a lovely box here. I'm very, very lucky. And I'm not going to go through them all because you'll be able to see them. I've put a section on my website because I now stock fairy hugs. I was persuaded to take them on, and so I have their entire catalogue in stock on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. And there's actually a section that says Fairy Hugs on Hochanda 19th of February, so you can see them all there. Also on Hochanda website, you'll find all the stamps too. The shows today are at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. and it is while stocks last. And if you're ordering from Hochanda, they're not around for very long. They might be around for the whole weekend because obviously we're doing Friday night, but certainly by Monday I imagine that the guys over in the States will be packing and you won't be able to get them next week. So if you're ordering from Hochanda, do make sure that you order them as soon as possible. So I'm going to whip these away. So I'll use some of those in a minute. And I want to show you these. Now these, I'm only stocking stamps on my website. I'm not stocking any of their papers. These are brand new, and they are, they're like scenescapes, if you like. And hi Jean, hope you're well. And they are like cardstock. I reckon that they're at least 200 GSM. They might even be 220. They're very, very thick. They will take your inks. You can stamp on them beautifully. Some of you might have got the 6x6 when we first bought Fairy Hugs to Hochanda back in October. So these are the tall slims. Okay, so these measure 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So they're for your kind of half of an A4 kind of card. So I'll just quickly take you through these. I know you can actually see them quite well. That's pretty good actually, because obviously I'm dealing with the camera and the length. So we've got a number of them. They're all similar in that you've got your moon and your clouds, and you've got your landscape down below, but they're all different colours. These ones, this one, there's a few that like this where there's more space on the top. So obviously you can have your hanging bits and pieces if you want to, but it also, if you want to, you can chop it down and make yourself a smaller card. So for example, if I was to chop that down, that would end up being approximately 7 inches tall as opposed to the 8.5. So if you want a smaller card, you can actually chop that down and obviously use that for die cuts or whatever. I should mention as well that I've got a delivery coming, so if I disappear off, I'll try and give you something to look at while I go and answer the door, and it should only be a couple of minutes, if that. Obviously this one, which is a nice monochrome. This is again one of the shorter ones. Got a few blues in there. There's only one that's horizontal, which is the one that's on my Facebook cover page with the kissing fairy. Really like that one. And then again, this is a smaller one, which is more your teal tones that you can cut down if you want to. So there's 8. I'm not sure how many, but I suspect that once these are gone, they've gone from this particular show. But like I say, you can only get these on Hochanda. You can't get these from me. Right, so those are they. So let's do a little play. In fact, let's use one. What was I going to use? Let's have a look. I'm not going to show you my samples because what I'm going to do is when my delivery comes, I'm going to leave you looking at samples. So I'm just sort of rooting around in here trying to find what I need to find, because I've sorted out the 8. I want to keep the 8 and I'm going to use one of the other ones. So I am going to use one of these and I'm going to cut it down. So we'll use this one because it's on the top. So let's find the stamps I need to use because I haven't found them. We've got a few fairies on here. So what am I going to do? Oh yes, I remember what I'm going to do. Let's have the fireflies, maybe. I haven't decided yet. Starburst. I've only got a couple of those left. Or Stardust, I think it's called. Can't remember. Because I took the same number of everything. Oh, we could have the Man in the Moon as well, maybe. Happy Moon is called. We can have the Flying Owl. Maybe. We're not having all of these on this card. And where are we? Oh, can't find the one I want. Well, there she is, Takara. Right, so Takara, she has her hands, as you can see, pointing up. And there is a little guy, I think he's called Flamo. And he's a little kind of fairy, and the idea is that she's holding her hands up and he's flying down to her, but we can do other things with her as well. So let's give her a bit of a stamp. So I need my big platform and I'll put it down somewhere. There it is, because obviously we're dealing with 8.5 inches, but it will fit in this stamp platform. I'm not going to cut it down just yet. So let's pop this in here. Can't get any more of these magnets. It's really annoying. Right, so let's pop her on here. Now I'm using a stamping platform because she's a solid stamp, and I might need to go a couple of times. Can you see the bottom? Oh, doesn't want to move up. Oh! This is the story of my life. Now we can have her. Don't fret about getting the whole image on. You don't have to use the whole image at all. Hi everybody who's joined. Josephine, Chrissy, Caroline. So yeah, so we don't have to have the whole thing on, because if I have her there, there's not a lot of space, is there? And she looks like she's in the middle, but she would be off of the side probably. So let's have her there like that. And let's see, am I gonna stamp? Yeah, I will stamp with black. You need a nice juicy ink pad, and we're going for VersaFine Claire, and this is my newest one, which I started on the 6th of January. The other ones I've got I can use for backgrounds and things like that, but when you're using a solid stamp, you do want to make sure that you've got a juicy ink pad. Oh, a bit cack-handed today. Honestly, it's been one of those weeks. One of those weeks. I thought my grocery delivery was going to come during this as well, because they told me they were running late. But fortunately, it did arrive, but it didn't arrive with the chicken I needed to put in my sandwiches for today. So that's a little bit annoying. So give the ink a chance to sit in to your background. I will need to stamp it again. I know I will, because of the fact that she's so solid. But give her a... Try and grab that so it doesn't move. Oh, she's pretty good, but it's just that area there. Okay. So we'll just put a little bit more ink on there. What do I do with it? There it is. So just on the top part of her body. The trouble is, because this is like an oil-based ink, quite often you put ink on and you're taking it off again with another dab. Don't know if you found that with it. Just pressing those areas there. And pull her off. There she is. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So that's her. Takara. Hello, Heather. Yes, they will absolutely work alongside other fairy stamps that you'll have in your stash, which I also stock as well. And quite a few people are actually buying stamps from both ranges. So yeah, they will absolutely work. I've only cleaned her off so I don't get such dirty fingers. So don't think you have to clean your stamps. And they're top quality photopolymer, these. They're really, really good stamps. Manufactured in the States. Obviously, Hochanda having them and me having them means you don't pay import duties. That's all taken care of for you. Nasty, nasty import duties. So you get hit by shipping fees, import tax, Royal Mail handling fee, or whoever is bringing them over, and you also get hit with VAT as well. Joy, joy, joy. So let's have this Stardust one. Yeah, it is called Stardust, and you can see that we can position that so that can really be kind of coming out of her hands. So we'll do that. With these backgrounds, you can make really quick and easy card. It's almost like you're not really crafting, because it's all the work's done for you, and I actually really like that, because I'm not the best actually at scene building. I'm getting there. Let's put that magnet down there, and again we'll go with our black. Got things sliding all over the place. Look at me, heavy-handed. Get rid of that. I don't need that. Like I say, I've only got 2 of these left. I'm not sure when I will be restocking. So if I run out of something, because obviously having taken on the whole catalogue, you know, I didn't go massive stocks of everything. Yeah, just click on the email when available button, and as soon as I get it back again, you'll be notified, and hopefully you'll be able to jump in before everybody else. Give it a good old press. Okay, there we go. So there's the little stars coming out of her hand. What's the big saving? Do you mean that not having to pay all the fees, Chrissy? Yeah, it did put me off, but yes. Right, okay, so now we've got a few choices about what we can do now with the stamps that I actually pulled out. I need to get rid of that off there as well. We've got this is your Happy Moon. Now, because I put the stars in, that's not going to work, but you can see hopefully that whenever you've got moons, so if I grab another one, no, that's like my pile that I want to keep. Let's grab another one, same one. So you can see that moon is going to fit nicely in there, and he's going to be quite happy chappy. So that's quite a nice little bonus stamp actually. So we're not going to use him. Put him away. This flying owl, one of the digi stamps, he's quite nice. So he could be coming in here, maybe. So that would work. The acetate's great. Let's clean up that stamp, put that stamp away. The acetate's great because you can see exactly where you're going with your stamps. Which way is that going? That's going on there. Some of them you'll find they have 2 pieces of acetate, and some find you find they've only got 1 piece. Don't know. Then you've got your fireflies. dinky little fireflies, and they could be flying all over the place. Should we use them? I like the flying owl. I like him. I think he looks best. But I've already made a sample with him in, so I probably shouldn't do it again, should I? But I like him. I'm going to use him. Too much choice. The fireflies are cool though. Really cool. Right. See how quickly you can make a card with these. Really quick. So he's flying in here. Let's move slightly. And again, we're going with our black. Lots of tapping. It's a cracking day weekend on this weekend on Hochanda. They're going to have some really good shows actually, because they've got Abs on with All and Create, and I have got the new All and Create collection on my website as well. Some of the Marilyn and the Stan and Ollie, I've not got much left of those. They're flying out. So when Leonie does her one day special on Sunday, there's I don't think I'll have any left. Look at him coming in. Doesn't he look fabulous? Right, let's take that out of there, because I don't think I want to do much else with that one except for add a little bit of glitter. Let's clean that up again. I really like him. These are kind of worker stamps, your little ones, your little embellishment stamps, because without them your card looks a little bit blank. I'm in the right place though. At least I've got so much to do today. Right, that's one side. I'm going to just chop that down to the 7 inches, because I think that's going to work like that. So what shall I'll give you something to look at while I do it. Let me show you. Let's see. We put a bigger card on. No, we won't. So we'll show you this one. Let's show you that one. You see all of that? So this has got the fireflies on it, and it's got the logs, and it's got the Oliver Owl on it. Let's move it down a bit so you can see it all. So my screen's a little bit behind me, so right, well, I'll go and chop this off. Right, I'm back. So I've cut myself a piece of black card as well. So see how that black makes it pop? It's really pretty. Right, so now you have to be very careful with VersaFine Claire, because that ink there that's on her body isn't dry yet. So if you want to put any glitter on her wings, then you really need to wait until it's dry or blast it dry. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of is this the one? Clear Star onto some of the little dots on the stars here. Make sure it's working. So they're like the little tiny stars. Let's see. Going now. So this is a Sakura Stardust Clear Star pen. I do have these on my website as well. This is obviously glitter that's not going to go anywhere, which is quite nice. And it just adds a little bit of magic to this quite magical swirl of stars. Just a few more. Okay, sure that's in there. So you can see you've got that little bit of glitter going on there now, hopefully. Right, so let's just edge this as well with a little bit of ink. What should we edge it with? Let's go for Faded Jeans. Have I got my Faded Jeans thingy? I have. Oh, look at this, prepared. I don't have to get my bag of sponges out. I do need to take that one off there though. Don't know what colour that is. I think that's Hickory Smoke. Because I don't want to smudge your wings, I'm actually just going to put a little bit around the edges. Just to bring it in a bit. Get that whiteness off. Try not to smudge my owl. Now she's kind of floating a little bit there. She's kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere, so I think we will need to fix that a little bit. So let's go for my pens. And I need set 2 of my watercolour pens, and I'll go for, these are the watercolour pens from Sentimental Yours. Yeah, Ollie the Owl's absolutely gorgeous. Or Oliver, he's not Ollie, he's Oliver. So I'm taking this kind of denim blue out, and it's not watercolour card, so the colour, the watercolours don't move very well on it. So if you take some of the pen and pop it onto your mat and pick up a bit of water, then add it to the base, then it kind of moves. You can see it's sinking in quite a bit. So we're just adding another little layer underneath, which will be a bit of a darker colour, so it looks like she's sitting on something rather than floating in midair. That makes sense. Get rid of that. Okay. So all we need to do now is just pop her on. I won't stick her down. I will stick her down afterwards. Is just pop her onto some black card and then mount her onto a little card, which would probably be 4 1/8 inches wide by 7 3/4 tall. So not quite as tall as the other ones. Okay, so that's a very, very quick card with the background pieces, and I'm just going to play with piece of watercolour card. So just in case those aren't available, you don't have to use the backgrounds. Obviously they might not last very long anyway. So let's take this, and I'll probably cut it down in a minute, but we want to use let's take some Faded Jeans again. And just add roughly, I think my Faded Jeans needs rinky. Oh, there's my delivery. Right, I'll leave something for you to look at. Let's have a look. Here's one that way and one that way. Okay, couple to look at. Back in a sec. back. Sorry about that. Hopefully I haven't got ink on the back of there. Oh, just a bit. Typical. Yeah, I need to re-ink this. It's very dry, but it'll be all right. You've been having fun while I've been gone. Yeah, you haven't missed much really, Annette. You haven't missed much. It's not until you try and do a whole background that you realise just how dry your inks are. Note to self, re-ink. I'm not too worried about it being a little bit blotchy, to be honest. Not worried at all. Okay, so there's our top. Like I said, I'll probably cut it down in a minute anyway. And I've got these acetate hill masks from Lavinia Stamps. I've got these on my website. I don't think they've been on Hochanda yet. They are obviously a set of masks, and so I don't know if you can you see those? So you've got your kind of hilly hill, you've got a kind of a straight hill, you've got kind of mountainous areas here, and they're all the nice and see-through, so you can see exactly where you're going with them. And then there's a very mountainous one here, but obviously you can use it that way as well. All of them you can use opposite ways. So we're going to go for the cover undulating one, I think. And there's also some circle masks as well, so you can do your moons and your suns. But we won't talk about the fact that I'm using those, will we? Right, so we want to peel paint. See how dry this one is. I haven't used Beige Jeans is one of my favourites, all-time favourites, which is probably why it's so dry. Which one's that one? I don't know what that one is actually. Oh, that's brush corduroy, I think. Right, let's pop this down. And you want to go opposite here because you don't want to have your hills over your sky. But it's fine if some of them merge or if there's little gaps. Let's see. So I'll always fill it in a minute. Let's go here. See, this is much juicier because I don't use it as much. And then we can move it slightly. Still want it on the end. Okay, so we've got some gaps. That's fine. Just put a little bit extra colour in there. It's fine. Right, okay. You get the idea. Lid on that. So there's my background. That'll just wash off because it's distress ink. And so I've got a bunch of fussy cutted bits out here. Oh, I was going to show you another idea, wasn't I? Let's put that to one side for a sec. And just clean off this area here. Actually, with the backgrounds, just to give you, because I'm using the fussy cuts, I'll give you some ideas with the backgrounds because that might be quick. And then we'll do something else with that. We'll do some solid stamping on that. Brain. Let's have... Oh, decisions. This is the problem, deciding which one to use. Let's use that one. It's nice actually having the choice. So here's some of my little cuts that I'm going to use in the show. So that's why I'm not sticking anything down. But we can take, like on that previous card I showed you while I was getting my delivery, just got a log that you stamp and you just pop Ollie on and put some fireflies on. Job's done. Absolutely easy peasy. We can also take azalea, and we can have azalea sitting on there as well. We could have a little hedgehog that she's talking to on there. Can you see that? Straight hill. Did I say straight hill? I might have done. Undulating. Obviously, you've got all the bits and pieces on there. You can have your... the logs are great. The logs are great. You can have... this is Tombic, I think. And this is Haro. You can have them on the logs as well. And you can have... You know, put your sentiment up there. What. You can also bring in some of your... There's the mini dancing mushrooms. So you can have some of those along the bottom. You see how you can really build a card up really easily. And if you do actually fussy cut things out, you can play with your layouts as well as using your acetate and figure out where you want things. But what you can also do is we can also take the log and we can have it stood up this way as well. And we could have Oliver standing up there, okay, like that. We could bring Tar Whipping down here if we wanted to. We can bring in, put the little hedgehog actually inside his little wheelbarrow thing that he's got. You don't have to actually have both of them on there if you don't want to. But you can see, you can really play. I mean, like Azalea, she can sit on top here looking very, very important. And then Haro's down here, he's serenading her. There could be like musical notes coming up there, you know, and Be My Valentine kind of thing. So you can really, 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 really play. And it's, you know, I really like having all these little fussy cuts. So that's what I wanted to show you for that. So I'm not going to stick any of that down because I need all those because it takes a while to cut them out. So again, that's just an idea of what you can do with them. My little goodies for later. So let's go back to this kind of messy looking thing here, and let's put some water on it and do that kind of happy clappy to bleach some out. Not the best hills in the world. I feel like I'm on Hochanda at the moment. Very, very quick demos. And use your kitchen roll to stop the process. And so we've bleached out, so we've got a little bit of interest there. In fact, let's grab my circles. And how big a one do we want? Let's perhaps have that one. So these are your acetate circle mass. So with the acetate circle mass, you've got they've obviously cut that circle there and the other ones, and they've given you the waist as well as the actual circles themselves. So that's quite a handy set to have as well. Let's put those somewhere that I don't lose them. Right, let's have this, and let's take our same colour, our faded jeans, which is drying up, and we'll just bring in a bit more around the outside, and this should darken it, I hope. You could go for chip sapphire or just something a bit darker if you wanted to. Okay, so remove that. See, it's a little bit darker, isn't it? Can you see? It's a little bit darker. That's what we want, just a subtle hint. Okay. So I'm just looking at you all talking to each other, which is fine. You're allowed to talk to each other. Right, so let's do a little bit of stamping on here. Where's my big... There it is. Like I say, I'm not sure how big we're going with this because this is a much bigger piece of card that I really want. I'm not sure I like that bit there, but let's just take our... Got this big moon tree, And the moon tree has got a hole in it, suitable for the full moons. So we can pop this, actually let's have it there, I think. And we'll do him in pine cone, if I've got it here. Yeah. Currently out of stock of pine cone VersaFine Claire on my website, but I have just ordered some more. So they probably will be here towards the end of next week, maybe early the week after. So this is a lovely rich brown. Look at the mess I'm making. Messy, 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 messy. I'm sure other demonstrators don't make this much mess. Okay. My excuse, I am going round corners though, aren't I? Let's see how this goes. Pull it up, hold on to it. Yep. Lovely kind of eerie feel to the tree. Am I? I think you've just ordered some stamps off me, Julie, haven't you? I seem to remember seeing your name. I don't know if I've sent them out yet or not. I don't know whether I'm coming or going at the moment. It's just such a... I can't believe how busy this month's been. It's been good in some ways, but horrendous in others because it's been so busy. And I've got shows next week with Memory Box on Tuesday, and then I've got some shows with Trudy Howard's new collection with Sentimentally Yours as part of their birthday weekend. So that's next weekend. So busy, 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 busy. Right, so we've got that there like that. Well, thank you for your order, Julie. It's very, very appreciated. I can't remember what you ordered, but we're very lucky, I think, being in the industry that we're in, that it's just the lockdown thing has meant that people have wanted to do things, and so craft has been a kind of a really good thing for people to do. Right, so that's going to go in there like that. So this is the smaller of the two moons. You get two of them, the full moons. And let's see. Should we go? Yeah, we go black. Where's my black? Oh no, we'll go for medieval blue. Let's go for that. This is a really lovely deep blue. So we've got the moon that I've actually done the mask on, and we've actually got the moon that's going to be in the tree as well. Could we have this could be an imaginary planet. Well, I mean, there's gnomes and things, isn't there? So it's got to be imaginary, hasn't it? Okay. Good old press. That should be okay. Lovely moon in the centre. I think that's okay. Looks good to me. Yeah, crafting keeps your mind... It is good that we've got something to do, isn't it? Crafting keeps your mind active. It's good for the soul. I just wish I had more time to craft for myself, really. I grab like an hour a night if I can to crochet, and that's about it. Right, so now we can choose what we're going to put in here. So we could actually bring in our die cuts, and we could... you know, so I've had fun with these, and we could, you know, bring these in and have our owls sitting on here, you know, waiting for, I don't know, sunrise or something, we could have a little hedgehog down there. Again, planning how you want to lay things out. So I quite like Ollie sitting on the log, so I think we might do Ollie sitting on the log, and we'll bring in a little hedgehog, but we'll actually stamp it flat because I want to keep my die cuts, as I've mentioned. So let's get the logs out. How are we doing for time? 42. Right. Logs. Of course, I have to tidy all this up afterwards. And we can have some fireflies, because we didn't have fireflies before, did we? So we'll have them. And I don't think... see, we could have a whole row, but we're not going to. We could have a whole row of these in the bottom as well, which would be quite nice. Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh yes, I'm looking for Ollie, and I'm also looking for logs. There's the logs. And I'm looking for Oliver. Stop calling him Ollie. His name's Oliver. I think it's because I know somebody called Ollie that I keep on calling him that. So we're going to go for the big log, and we'll pop that down here. Move that out of the way, down here like that. And we'll do that in pine cone, which is the brown. This is actually quite a lot of fun, actually, being able to kind of just combine lots of different stamps to make a little scene. I'm not overly confident with it myself, which is why Leonie did the one-day special. I think it was last month, wasn't it? Yeah, in January. But I am doing a one-day special in April, so and there's a show in March as well with Fairy Hugs, so we're doing quite a few shows with them, so I'll get better. Everything's practice, you know. The more you do something, the more confident you're going to be. You go press. Okay. Oh, missed a bit. It is inked. Press down on that. There we go. Right, that's me, that was. And we'll grab our Ollie. Hope you're not bored. I've still got people watching, so that's good. I'm not boring the socks off you. Where's my other bit? I'll find that in a minute. Right, so let's have Oliver. Got his name right this time. And we'll have Oliver so that his feet are just there, maybe. So I'm going over where the log is there. So if you find that when you stamp it that you're getting too much of the image from underneath showing, all you do is you fussy cut it and you pop it on top. So you know there's ways around it. So don't think, oh no, I've done all that work and then I've messed that up. So we're going to go with him in black. I normally do him in brown, but we're doing him in black just because I've done the log in brown. He's got lots of kind of dotty detail in his feathers. Lovely big stamp. It's not a dinky little stamp, but let's measure him. I do have the measurements on my website. It's he's about 2 3/4 inches tall, so he's a really good size. Yeah, he's come out beautifully. I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Very happy with that. Oh, thank you. It's very hard to it's very hard to know when you're talking to yourself, basically, aren't you? Or I am. Right, move that round again. It's very difficult working in a small workspace as well. Put my bits and pieces back. So we decided we're going to have the fireflies as well. Let's put them away in a minute. So you don't have to use all three. They are separate stamps, so you could have them. You can have them kind of, I don't know, flying through the moon if you wanted to, or you could have, you know, one coming in over here. This is where I struggle, how I want to look at them. Or I could have one coming in down there even. No, I want him going a different... Faff, 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 faff. Let's have them like that, shall we? Do we think? I actually answer myself all the time because then I get the answers I want. And while we're at it, let's stamp a little hedgehog as well. So you get a set of 3 hedgehogs, 2 facing one way, 1 facing the other, and they're all different sizes. So the question is, what size hedgehog do we go for? Let's go for this medium size one. And we'll have him. I don't know where I want him now. Faff, faff, faff. Do I want him there or do I want him there? Let's have him there, I think. Yeah, let's have him there. On that bit there, that little hillock bit. I've not used this one before, so he's nice and clean. Right, so fireflies are going in black. I think the hedgehog will go in black as well. We'll just do it all in black. There's out of the way. I think they're all exactly the same, actually, the fireflies. They're quite tiny, so I haven't seen a difference in them, but your eyesight might give you a difference. It is actually, I do tend to normally prime my stamps, and I normally do with these. I do try them beforehand, especially the solid ones, because when in manufacturing processes, sometimes there's a little bit of the manufacturing kind of gook or gunk left on. So I do normally give them a go first, but we'll hope that we're all right. Yep, they all look good. So I think that's probably enough on there. Otherwise, I'm just going to go completely over the top and make it a real menagerie. So all I would do now is I'd bring in probably Leonie's stickers, which I'll put somewhere. They had these on their Clarity. They had them on the Clarity shows last weekend. So you might, if you have a look on the Hochanda TV schedule at last Saturday, I can't remember the time. It was probably 1 o'clock or something. I don't know. And you'll find Leonie stickers on there. And these are full of really kind of quirky sentiments. So, for example, we could have... I don't know, I'm a round peg in a square hole, which could fit in here. Let's go break some rules. That could be cool. He's talking to the hedgehog, you know. Deep roots hold strong, even in the worst storms. Well, you could crop deep roots hold strong. That could be to do with the tree. So poppycocks and fiddlesticks. You know, there's lots of different things that you can add in there. So I would probably add one of those. Let's bring it out of here. I mean, you can see what it's like against the black anyway because of my foam mat. Move that out of the way a second. Just grab my black card. This is probably not big enough because of the fact that I need to just chop it down. But you can see it once you pop it onto the black card. I'd probably, I don't know where I'd chop it, but I'd chop some of it off. I'd colour in the tree as well with the pens. So grab one of the browns from this set, and you can just go direct on and just colour in the tree, which just, I think, enhances it a little bit. I'm just going direct on. I'm not going to do all of it though, because I feel myself smudging that. But so you can see that you can add some colour on. So yeah, so there's a scene. Quite happy with that. Prime stamps. Priming stamps just means pop some ink on, stamp it off onto some scrap card, and then if it's worked, then you can use that and fussy cut that on something. But it just that's all it means, is stamp it first on, not on your project that you're working on. That's all priming stamps means. So let's quickly just show you my samples that I've made, and then I'm going to say goodbye to you and start packing and do my lunch and do my dinner and etc, etc, etc. So I haven't done loads of samples because I know that the design team from Fairy Hugs have sent in loads, and theirs are absolutely outstanding. So you've seen this one already. Stamp the log on directly onto one of the backgrounds with Oliver on there and some of the fireflies. Yeah, watercolour pens. Jean, yeah, watercolour pens. You've seen that one as well. That's one of my favourites. That's your Kissing Fairy, the Stardust and the Ivy Corner. Then we've got this one I was kind of referring to, where you've got Azalea sitting on the log, which has been stamped direct, and you've got a little hedgehog coming down to see her, and this is your mini dancing mushrooms down the bottom, and you've got the happy moon at the top. And then this is kind of a bit of, I suppose, a version of what we've done really, that we've got the moon there, that's coloured in now. This is just a mopped up background, and we've got some using the hills masks here, and you've got the three gnomes and a little hedgehog in there. Again, you've got the fireflies dotted around, and you've got the ivy corner. This one's dead simple. Just a little bit of just like we've just done, the faded jeans and hickory smoke here, with one of the hills masks. And this is Malia, and your stone pedestal and the mini frog here, and that's again one of Leonie's sentiments, which is perfect, because she's saying that to the little frog, and he's going to, of course, turn into a prince, isn't he? This is a taller version of what we've just done in the first demo. You can see it works on going either way, because this is the one that we did before, and your owl is going to work either side of your moon. Shared this one today. So you've got the waterfall, the crane, the swan, which is one stamp, obviously stamped twice, and the ivy corner, and this is on one of Phil's double debossed octagons. These two are from previous shows. We've got the tree stump on the show, Malia sitting on that, and this is one of the 6x6 card backers that they did, and these are the bigger dancing mushrooms, so you can see that. And then this is again from a previous show. This was one of the demo cards that I did, and I mean, I've got all these stamps on my website. So we've got the scrolls in the background, and got the leafy branch that Oliver's sitting on. So those are all my samples that I've got. Like I say, the design team done a fantastic job, and so I hope you'll join me at 5 p.m. today and 9 p.m. Today as well, and this video will be available to rewatch whenever you want to on my Facebook page, and I will, when I get a chance, put it onto YouTube, but it won't be today because I've got too much to do today. Okay, so thank you very, very, very much for joining me, and I will catch you on the box later. Thanks, bye.